Okay. So this is the diagram for RC couple amplifier or C amplifier. So here I'm telling you how it is going to amplify. So for small input signal 20 millivolt, for small input signal 20 millivolt, it is in terms of millivolt. How it is going to amplify? I need to get in terms of volt. Amplifier means it strengthens the weak input signal, or it magnifies. I can use the word magnifies. It is going to magnify. Amplifier is going to magnify the weak input signal. So it is going to magnify. See, if I am using a small input signal, positive cycle, I am using first for positive cycle. Positive input cycle, for positive input cycle here, this is your VB and this is your VBE. Okay, for positive input cycle, base current increases, IB. For positive input cycle, IB increases. VB is constant. Remember, VB is constant. Why VB is constant? VB is nothing but voltage across R2. VB is nothing but voltage across R2. So VB is equal to VCC into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Getting it? So VB is constant. So it will act as an DC. It will act as a DC source. So VCC is constant. R2, R1 and R2 these are constant. So we get a DC voltage from VB. When I increase for positive input cycle, there is a rise in the voltage. There is a rise in the voltage. At that time, there is a rise in the base current. When IB increases, what happens to IC? When IB increases, IC increases or decreases? Yes. When IB increases, okay, IC is increases because IC is directly proportional to IB. If IB increase, IC will also increase. Now voltage, what is the output voltage equation? Output voltage equation, when I apply KVL to this loop, output voltage equation, output voltage is given by V output equals to VCC minus IC into RC. Getting it? So when the current is flowing in this direction, this is plus, this is minus. So it is VCC plus 2 minus voltage of minus ICRC, that is equal to output voltage V output. I am applying KVL to this loop. Okay. So it is output voltage is equal to VCC minus ICRC. Now when IC increases here, VCC is constant. VCC is constant. So when IC increases, when this IC increases, output voltage will increases to negative value. It is increasing to negative value. So suppose if it is VCC constant 10 volt, IC is going to increase such a way that it is somewhere around, suppose if it is 20. So what we get the value? Minus 10 minus 20, that is minus 10. Getting it? So we'll get a negative value. Means output will get a amplified negative signal. Amplified negative signal. For positive input cycle, you'll get amplified negative output cycle. Getting it till here? For the positive input cycle, IB is increasing. When IB increases, IC will also increase. When IC increases here, look at this equation. When this IC increases, VCC is constant. So this goes on increasing. If this input cycle, if it is increasing from 0 to peak voltage up to here, from 0 to peak voltage, at the same time it is increasing from 0 to maximum. This is also increasing from 0 to maximum. At the same time it is increasing but in negative value. It is increasing in negative value. Getting it? It is increasing in negative value. So you get a negative cycle output. For positive input cycle, small positive input cycle, you will get large negative cycle. Now coming back to negative cycle, I will go with the green one. So this is a negative cycle. For negative cycle, what happens to IB? Right here for negative input cycle. Can you tell for negative input cycle what happens to IB? IB increases or decreases? Base current. Yes. Is it audible? Then tell me for when for negative input cycle means negative input cycle matlab it is decreasing. Okay, for negative input cycle what happens to IB? IB will
Decreases.
decrease because you are applying negative. Okay, it is a negative cycle. Negative input cycle means it is decreasing from zero. From zero it is decreasing to negative value means IB is going to decrease. What happens to see? It is NPN transistor. For NPN transistor, I need positive voltage to be applied for the transistor. When I apply positive voltage, then only the current will increase. Here I am applying negative cycle, means I am applying negative voltage, means current will not increase, it will decrease. It will decrease to negative value. So when IB decreases, similarly IC will decrease. When IC decrease, look at this equation. Now if IC is going to decrease, this remains constant. If it is decreasing means if it is decreasing from 0 to 1 to in that way, if it is decreasing, suppose if it is 2, what will be the answer? For example, okay, if it is decreasing but it is less than VCC. It is decreasing but it is less than VCC, means 10 minus 2, it will be 8 volt, it will be positive. So I'll get a positive amplified output. I'll get a positive amplified output this way. I'll get a positive amplified output. Getting it, this is your output waveform. Now function of this R1 and R2. Function of this R1 and R2 is VB. It is making this VB constant. When I take R1 and R2 voltage or circuit, because of this voltage or circuit, VB is constant. If VB is constant, if there is any change, in the morning class I told you what is the formula for that VB. See, VB is given by VB is equal to VB plus voltage across resistor RE. This is a bypass capacitor and these two capacitors. What are the functions of these two capacitors, CC1 and CC2? What do you call these capacitors as? CC1 and CC2. What are these capacitors? Can you tell what are these capacitors called? Yes. What are these capacitors called? CC1 and CC2. This one CC1, CC2 or C1, C2. Coupling capacitor, right? Coupling capacitor. It couples the input of the voltage to the input of a transistor. Here it is CC2. It is going to connect or couple or connect output of the amplifier to the next stage or it can be connected to the next stage or it is connected to the output. So CC2 is going to connect collector of the transistor to the output voltage or next stage. If you want to connect any other amplifier again next, that is going to connect it. So it is going to block DC and allows AC. Coupling capacitor blocks DC. It is going to block DC, allow AC. Yes, there is a disturbance. Sujit Kumar Pujari. Sujit Kumar Pujari. Mute it. Sujit Kumar Pujari. Mute it. Okay, good. Getting it till here? What is the function of the CC1? It is going to block DC and allows AC. Why? Coupling capacitor, it is going to block DC and allow AC. That is a function of capacitor, right? So if there is any DC present in the capacitor, so what is the capacitor reactance? Xe is given by 1 by omega C. DC means what? Is nothing but zero frequency. Zero frequency signal is called as DC. So DC means what? It is having zero frequency. So omega means what? 2 pi f. If I substitute, this one has to be 0 for DC signal. For DC signal, frequency is 0. So it means 1 by 0, that is nothing but infinity. So reactance of a capacitor is infinity. Reactance of a capacitor is infinity. It means what? It is going to block that DC. It is not allowing. It is infinite. Reactance of the capacitance. Remember, for resistor, it has, resistor has got resistance. Resistor has got resistance. Capacitor has got capacitive reactance. It is going to resist. Okay, it is going to block, or it is going to block. So if it is infinity, if capacitive reactance, if it is infinity, means it is going to block. If it is 0, then it is going to allow it. Getting it? So if it is at 0 DC, if there is any DC flowing through this capacitor, it is going to block that frequency. It is going to block DC and it is going to allow AC. Why we need to insert is that if it is a Q point, in a Q point, see, in a Q point, if any DC is added to it, it is going to shift. In a Q point, if there is a, if in a signal, if in a circuit, if there is any DC present in the circuit, it is going to shift the Q point. So we are going to block it. We are going to block signals. That's why we are using capacitors here. Till now, did you get it? How it is going to amplify? For positive cycle, IB increases, IC increases. When IC increases, output voltage is going to increase in negatively. It is going to increase in negative. Similarly, for negative input cycle, IB decreases. When IB decreases, IC will also decrease. IC is going to decrease. When IC decreases, from this formula, output voltage equals to VCC minus ICRC. If this is going to decrease, then this is going to be in positive value. Means we are getting positive output cycle, amplified positive output cycle. So from this we find that it is a 180 degree phase shift. 180 degree phase shift. RC coupled amplifier or C amplifier is having 180 degree phase shift. Getting it? Do you have any doubts in this? Okay, next it is RC. This one I'm going to conduct the practical now. I will stop presenting. I will stop sharing the screen. I will go through the laptop. So you'll be online. You'll be online for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes, you'll be online. Meanwhile, you can tell me what if you're not getting. You can ask me. So at present, only 12 students are here. Okay, and I'm going to contact. I'm now going to share the screen. Is it visible for you? Yes, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to open a multi-sim tool. Already it is opened here. Just I'm going to open it. I think in your mobile it is visible, but if not, you can zoom it. Okay. Already I have done a I have drawn a two circuits here. It's a free software tool. Actually, I was supposed to share it with you, but it is of 350 MB. But I will go through how to perform it in I'll tell you how. Before that, I will show the circuit here. You can zoom it now. You can zoom it. If it is if it is visible, you can zoom it. So see, go through my cursor. I'll just go through my cursor here. So what you find here, VCC. VCC is how much? 10 volt. See here, some arbitrary value, don't go through this R2, R4 and all. It's just a resistor, means it is R1. I can change it here itself. So I will write this one as RO. Okay, is 22K. I'll label it as R1, and this one as R2. R1 and R2 are your bias resistors. Okay, so voltage watt resistors or bias resistors. R1, R2. This is your capacitor C1. So this one is your resistor collector resistor RC. And this is your base emitter resistor. This emitter resistor RE. And this is a bypass capacitor CE. See, if I don't use this CE, if I remove the CE, then this RE will bring a negative feedback. So you will come to know exactly when I go through third unit, so third module, voltage feedback amplifiers. In feedback amplifiers, it will come to know function of this RE. What happens when I include this RE or when I don't include this RE. So in today's morning class, I told voltage across this RE, VRE. So it is VB at this point, VB, okay, just VB equals to VB plus VE. So when there was a rise in VE, VB was decreasing. So this voltage across this RE, it brings a negative feedback, means it is going to decrease the output voltage. So I want to bypass that. If I include this, it is going to decrease the output voltage. So I will decrease, in order to avoid that, feedback, I will take a capacitor here. So when I take a capacitor parallel to RE, it is going it will act as a short circuit. It will act as a short circuit. So whatever the current is coming here is going through a capacitor. It will not flow through RE. If the current will flow through RE, then it gives a negative feedback. Negative feedback means it will decrease the voltage, output voltage. What happens if it is going to decrease the output voltage? You won't get the required amplified signal. Getting it? Now this is your output coupling capacitor C2. Okay, now just to go through this. Okay, if you want to draw the diagram, you can draw it. You just go through the circuit. I will give 1 minute time for you. You just see it. I hope if you are feeling tired and all, you just go through the circuit and what are present in the circuit diagram. It is in middle of this. This is C amplifier. Okay, I am teaching about C amplifier. This is your voltage divider circuit. This voltage divider circuit, I am connected input coupling capacitor at the input side, output coupling capacitor at the output side, and bypass capacitor in parallel with RE. Only these capacitors I have added, and I am applying input voltage. I need to apply input voltage at the leftmost. At the leftmost, you can see this. You go through this cursor. Okay, this cursor. This is your signal generator. I'll keep on it. Okay, function generator. Getting it? You can you're getting a name function. This is your function generator. So in last semester, I hope you have done the practical function generator. From function generator, we are going to give the input. If you want to give the input of 5 volt with 1 kilohertz frequency, 2 kilohertz or 100 kilohertz frequency, you can generate it from function generator. You can give it as input here. This is your transistor. This rightmost top, this is your oscilloscope. Okay, this is your oscilloscope. I have connected this one to, there are two channels here, channel A and channel B. I have connected this one to first channel, channel 1. Okay, see the design part, and when I go through theory part and all, I will tell you how to design this, how you got the values for this R1, R2, RC, RE and all. For time being, you know, you just go through how we are getting the output. Okay, design part, anyhow, for tomorrow class I'll go through the design part, how we got this value for R1, R2, RC and RE. For today, you just go through circuit diagram. Till here, did you get it? Yes. Till here, did you get it?
We have done with OrCAD Lite.
OrCAD, both are same. You can do it in OrCAD also. Multisim is also the same. More Multisim has got more libraries. You can get see, you can see here function generator is available, and this oscilloscope is available. 1 second. Yeah, at the rightmost in the, if you're using mobile, you can see at the right, very just go through cursor. See at rightmost, multimeter is here, function generator is here, wattmeter is here, oscilloscope. So all are present here. 4-channel oscilloscope is present, Bode plot, frequency counter is here. So this rightmost, there are many components. You can directly connect it here, directly add it here. And this one I'm showing. The next step I will tell you how to connect it. Okay, it's very simple one. Multisim. Even Proteus is also there. It is also very much simple. You can go for backend also, PCB design in Proteus. Here I'm going to click the input. When I click the input, I got this function. I got this function generator. If you can zoom it, I can give the frequency value here. Okay. Suppose if I give I'll give first initially 1 kilohertz. See what is the function of amplifier for RC couple amplifier? Initially, voltage gain increases. At some point, it is going to be constant. There will be at mid frequency, the voltage gain remains constant. Again, at high frequency, again it is going to decrease. It is something like U shape or can tell. It is something like a tub shape or reverse tub shape. So 1 kilohertz I'll give input as 1 kilohertz and amplitude I have given it as 5 millivolt peak. See in this I can give, if you can zoom it, you can see, if you can zoom it, you can see I had given input 1 kilohertz and amplitude. It is 5 millivolt peak. 5 and beside that it is millivolt peak. Now close it here at the top. It is sine wave. I am giving sine wave. Beside that there is a triangular and square. I am going to choose sine wave. Frequency is 1 kilohertz, 5 millivolt peak. See, you need to take the readings. Okay, you need to take the readings for 100 hertz, 200 hertz, 500 hertz. So for 1 kilohertz, 2 kilohertz, 5 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz. In that way, you need to take for every frequency, you need to take the output voltage reading. I will just show you two readings for you. 1 kilohertz. For 1 kilohertz, I have set the input as 1 kilohertz frequency and double tap. I will double tap on this oscilloscope now. Okay, you can see the output here. At the rightmost corner, there is a button here. If I turn it on, okay, if I turn it on, you can see the output frequency is very much. I will change the time scale here. I am changing the time scale. That is what in oscilloscope you can find times per division. Okay, okay. Hope you can see it now. It now has changed to 1 millisecond per division. You can zoom it. You can zoom it and go through my cursor. It is 1 millisecond per division. It is 1 millisecond per division. And see, we can't see the signal peak to peak. So I'll just decrease the volts per division. I will decrease the volts per division. Hope it is visible now. Are you getting the output? Can you see the output here? I'll pause it. Okay, I'll pause it. Then. Oh, okay. You can take the reading here. It is 500 millivolt per division. So for per division it is 500 millivolt, or in short it is 0.5 volt per division. So it is covering almost. I have paused it. So it is covering almost above 1.2 and below 1.2. So it is 2.4. 2.4 into 0.5. So it is 1.2 volt. So you are getting 1.2 volt for 1 kilohertz. So for 1 kilohertz, you are getting 1.2 volt. I will just, okay, you can see it side by side. This is the input and this is the output. Input I applied it for 1 kilohertz and output you are getting 1.2 volt. See, you can check the input also. See, in input I have given 5 millivolt. Input I had given 5 millivolt, but output you are getting amplified output 1.2 volt. How much division it is covering output? Say above in positive cycle 1.2, below positive cycle 1.2, so it is 2.4, 2.4, 2.4 volt, 2.4 division into 500 millivolt per division. Division get cancels. So 2.4 into 0.5. So it is 1.2 volt peak to peak. So it is 1.2 volt peak to peak. Getting it? Now if I change the frequency here, if I change the frequency, now it is 1 kilohertz. I'll take it for 100 kilohertz, or I'll take it 1000 kilohertz. 1000 kilohertz means 1 megahertz, right? 1000 kilohertz means 1 megahertz. For this, I'll okay. For this, how much you're rating? So still it is same. For 100 kilohertz also you're getting the same output voltage. I'll pause it now. I will tell you how you get the output here. Suppose I'll take a drawing here. This is your syllabus, okay? For lab, this is your syllabus. I'll mark it here only. How you get the output here for RC couple amplifier? It is increasing. Frequency response of C amplifier, it is increasing. After that it is constant. After it is decreasing. I hope you are aware of it. Along x-axis it is frequency. Along y-axis it is output voltage. Getting it? This is the frequency response. For low frequency, the frequency goes on here at the low frequency it is goes on, output voltage goes on increasing. At some point it is constant. After that high frequency again it is decreasing. Getting it? According to your syllabus part B, it is RC phase shift for EDA software. In this second one, from part A, second question, the design of BJT C amplifier, voltage amplifier, that what we are doing it now. Getting it? This is the how we get the output. If we go on taking the reading from 0 hertz to 100 hertz, 200 hertz up to some megahertz, you will get this curve. You need to take the readings and plotting it in graph, you will get this type of graph. Coming back to this, suppose if I give in terms of megahertz, I will take 10 megahertz. Let me check what we get the output voltage. Or else I'll give it as 100 megahertz. Let me see whether it is decreasing or not. So I hope it is decreasing now. How much it is? It is covering 2 division. So earlier it was 2.4 volt. Now it is covering 2 division into 0.5. It is covering 2 divisions. 2 division into 0.5, it is 1 volt. Can you see it? You can zoom it. So at channel A it is 500 millivolt per division. 500 millivolt per division. 500 millivolt means it is 0.5 volt per division. So how much division it is covering? It is covering 2 division. Can I see it? It is covering 2 division. 2 division into 0.5 volt per division. So that gives 1 volt. So peak to peak voltage is 1 volt. Got it? Yes. For 100 megahertz, I am taking the output for 100 megahertz. For 1 kilohertz, for 100 kilohertz, you got 2.4 volt. So that was constant. And if I increase the frequency, I have increased up to 100 megahertz. If the frequency is 100 megahertz, now the voltage is decreasing now. Can you see it? Yes. Can I show you how to mount the circuit in this? I'll turn it off. Right click, I'm going to take a right click and right click topmost. Zoom it now. Can anyone say what is the written on the topmost? Right click and topmost, blue shaded. What is written on it?
Place component.
Yes, I'm going to click on it, place component. You can find a huge database. First master database. In master database, in that group is here. In this group, you can see if you can zoom it now. You can zoom it because in mobile it is that much not visible. You can zoom it. Select all groups is here. Source. I'm going to click on this source. In source, you got power source, signal voltage source. Okay. Actually, what we need a ground VCC. Just check this blue line VCC. I clicked on VCC because in my circuit, what all I need a sources like VCC and ground. Again, I need a components like resistors and capacitors. Again, I need a transistor. So you need to get it from one by one. VCC is here. After zooming it, you got it is VCC. At rightmost, you can see the symbol of this. Some T-shaped symbol. It is T-shaped symbol. Just have click OK on it, and directly you can place it here. Okay, I have placed it. So wait, I'll close it. See, you can see this VCC. Already it is given 5 volt. If you want to change it, double click on it. So you can change that value to some other volt. 10. I will take it as 10 volt. You can edit it, okay? Even though you can edit this VCC also, if you want to change the name of this VCC, you can change it. Again, I'm going to take right click on it, place component. So again, what I need, I'll go through this. I'll go to basics. So what you find here? Can you read it? What is written in this blue line?
Resistor.
Resistor. Okay, where you can find that? You can find it in basics. Resistor, capacitor, inductor, and all. In resistor, it is only 1K. We can change it also. Okay, if you want 10K or 11K, whatever, you can include that. So how many resistors we need? Total 1 resistor. Okay, again click on this 2 resistor. R1 and R2. This one is for RC. This one is for RE. Okay, this one is for load resistance. As output, you can connect it or you can discard it. Again, I will take capacitor here. I clicked on capacitor. So totally we needed 2 coupling capacitor, 1 bypass capacitor. I click OK on it. So just first I'm going to place it. Okay, after that I'm going to rearrange it. So one more capacitor here. So one more capacitor. Again, what I need? So ground. I will just go through this sources. In sources, ground. I clicked on ground. You can find it in sources. Earlier there was VCC. About that there is a ground here. You can see the ground symbol at the rightmost. Ground symbol. Okay. Check it. Okay, this is my circuit. So I placed the ground here. So what will main component, that is a transistor. I need a transistor. Again, right click, place component. In sources, you can find transistor here. I clicked on transistor. Again in transistor, see, you can see number of that's what I told you. It is having a huge library. See, transistor, you can find number of transistors here. See, in BJT NPN, it stands for BC series. B stands for NPN. Remember, when selecting the transistor, B stands for, it is a NPN transistor made up of silicon, and C stands for, it is for amplifier application. So I'll take a BC547 transistor. Okay. Again, what else I need? I'm going to close it now. So I need a, here at rightmost corner, it is multimeter below that is function generator. I'll click on it. I'll place the function generator here. Again, below that, there is oscilloscope. I'm going to take it and place it here. Now register, it is in horizontal. I want to place it in vertical. Just click on it, right click. You can find here 90° clockwise. Click on resistor, right click, 90° clockwise. So if you want to connect this R1 and R2 here, left click on resist one end of the resistor, left click and drag it and place it. Okay. Same way, click on this, left click, again left click. Okay, in this way you need to place it. Already I have done for RC couple amplifier. Same way you need to just connect it, and you need to click on the input, set it, and check the output from the oscilloscope. And while checking, here right side there is a button 0 and 1. If you click on the button 1, you will get the output. I hope for today it's enough. It is 4:27 now. For today it's enough. You can see one more thing. You can go through any software tool. Okay, not only Multisim. You can, if you are aware of ORCAD also, it's good. Or ORCAD, I think you have used free tool, means it is not having much library. You can't find much transistors in that, or not a much number of standard values. So anyway, when you go through offline, or if you need this annual, just check if I can share it through Google Drive. If it is possible, share it through Google Drive so that you can download it. So any type of circuit, I have done a more number of circuits here. Even I can show it for RC phase shift also. This is for RC phase shift. So this is for RC phase shift. I have done it here. If you check the output for RC phase shift, so signal is generated. You can see the signal is generated. Hope you can see the signal. I will pause it. You can see the signal is generated here. So time per division, it is covering almost one division. One division into 1 millisecond. So time is 1 millisecond. So frequency will be 1 divided by 1 millisecond. So it is 1 kilohertz. So this is for RC phase shift oscillator. This is for RC phase shift oscillator. So this is amplifier. And this is RC circuit. So this is capacitor R, C, and this one C. Okay, do you have any doubts in this? Anyway, again, next section will be online only. We will move on to the next circuits. Before that, I'll try to share it if it is possible to share it through Google Drive, or if I can upload it in Teams. You can download. You can download it, and you can, if you are having a laptop, you can use it. Multi-sim. Yes, till now, did you get any? Do you have any doubts? Yes. Do you have any doubts regarding lab?